start. Hi everyone, I'm Sanchit and full-time I'm a data engineer, but when I'm off the clock I'm just curious, mostly white coder. And today I'm going to be presenting a small project that I did using Fabric and Power BI. My main aim of doing this project was to understand how seamless and how fast it is to use Power BI and Fabric together, and how easily it integrates with the like Azure ecosystem and Databricks as well. In this project, mainly what I am dealing with is, as you know, open source is booming these days. A lot of people are releasing a lot of open source repositories related to AI, data engineering, and vector databases, etc. And it is very hard to keep the track of what is coming in the market. Today, you are just looking at one repository. Tomorrow, something big came in, and you missed it, and you were not able to you were not on time. So that's why I decided to do this project along and try to do this project and try to experience Power BI and Fabric. Let's start. So as I mentioned, Power BI provides seamless and unified data platform where it has data factory, lake houses, and you can run Spark notebooks, and under the hood it integrates with Delta Lake storage, and you can directly build real-time dashboards with Power BI using semantic models. In this project, majorly I've used in Fabric Data Factory, Lakehouse, Spark notebooks, and semantic models along with Power BI. And I cannot like exactly show you the real-time working of the entire project. So I have built a small use case for my GitHub repositories. Let's go. Next, as I mentioned, it took me like 3 days to entirely. It is an old project, but it took me entirely 3 days to revamp the project and build from end to end. Write code, use AI for some of the part, and then connect it with the Power BI dashboard. So let's get a little bit interactive. I'm going to need your support. Next slide. So you have to scan this QR code. This is going to take you to GitHub, my GitHub, where I'm going to request you to star some of the repositories. This is not something I'm attracting attention or something. You just have to star some repositories, and I'm going to show you a real-time dashboard on the basis of that. So once everyone catches it, I'm going to show you another dashboard. Okay. You can unstar them later if you don't like my code. It's fine. All right. Let's go. Okay. First, let me show you the dashboard, initial dashboard. So this is a personal use case. This is my GitHub, and you can see the #1 project is Sports Betting Analytics Engine, and there are a few other projects. I'm gonna refresh the pipeline. I'm gonna run the pipeline basically, and we'll see the update. And meanwhile, it is running. I'm gonna show you what happens under the hood. Okay, pipeline is running. Let's see what happens under the hood. Okay, so this is the system architecture of this entire project, where I'm using inside Fabric I'm using Data Factory pipeline, where first notebook is our ingestion notebook, which uses GitHub API to call on it schedules GitHub API to fetch repositories and all the open source. So if you want, you can do private repositories as well, but I'm not gonna say to do that. And after that, it dumps all that to Bronze Lakehouse, and after that, after ingestion notebook, it runs the Bronze to Silver. So this second notebook, what it does is it takes the raw data from Bronze and converts it into proper tables and semantic models that can be later used in the dashboards, and then put the data in Delta format in our Silver Lakehouse. And in this Bronze to Silver notebook uses Azure OpenAI AI Foundry, where it uses small models like O4 Mini or O3 for bigger tasks. And what it does is it takes repositories and classify it into categories. Like, let's say I'm a data engineer, so I want to keep myself updated with latest open source technologies in data engineering. So it takes the description and how people are interacting with the repository and everything, then classifies and gives me some data. And after that, everything goes to Silver semantic model, and then we can use that for dashboard. The one dashboard that I just showed you is the Silver semantic one. And later we can do aggregation, we can make dimensions and fact tables that goes to gold semantic model, and we can do business use cases. Let's say if someone is highly interested in how agentic, what are the new repositories that are released related to agentic AI or generative AI, or what are some open source LLM related repositories are there. So that's what we can aggregate in the gold semantic model, and we can visualize that. And now let's see how much you have liked my GitHub, and according to that we will know if I am a good coder or not. I'm going to refresh the dashboard. I'm trusting everyone here if they have starred repositories or not. Okay, let me refresh it. Oh, first we need to check if pipeline is finished. Okay, it's going to take some time to finish the pipeline. Just one more, as I mentioned. So first notebook is ingestion, the second one converts from bronze to silver, and then the third one silver to gold. I haven't added a semantic model for gold here right now because it takes very long time for like, there are like 3 to 4 tables. So it takes a lot of time for that. I'm just going to demo the silver semantic model here. Let's just, okay. Meanwhile, this is happening. If you guys have any questions for me, feel free to go ahead. Yeah, sure.
What different data between bronze, gold, silver? What the different? What's the data different?
Yes, yeah. So from the bronze in the ingestion layer,
can you just take the question for people in the back?
Yeah. They are asking about what is the difference between data in bronze and silver. So difference is in the bronze layer, the data directly is in the JSON format or not curated. And from bronze, notebook reads the data, does some processing using OpenAI, Azure OpenAI. Then after processing, it gives that data back and then views Spark for entire process, and then it writes the data. It uses merge logic, upsert logic. Let's see, as I mentioned, what is happening in real time. Earlier there were 36 stars on my repository, and now I asked you around to star my repository. So in real time, what is going to happen is it's not going to read the entire data back. It's only going to read the increase of stars. So it's only going to write that particular row, that particular column for those repositories that you have starred. So that's how I'm using the merge logic. That is the best part about delta tables. Yeah, it is taking a lot of time.
What makes the data set?
Data set is very small. This is I think 15 to 20, no, I think it's like 50 to 100 repositories. Data set is small. The thing is, I am using cheapest fabric capacity because I am paying from my own pocket. So I am just using 2 SKUs, which that's why it runs. It doesn't run concurrently. It runs one at a time. That is the reason it is slow. But yeah, I think it should be done in 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, this is making me awkward. Okay, if you guys have any other questions, sure. Yeah.
Me first. So you mentioned, I'm curious to know what the thought process is on model selection. You mentioned 4 mini and O3 depending on the type of task. So what goes through your thought process?
Yes. As you can see in that model selection part, I use O4 mini, and what it does is it makes LLM call, gives little bit of compressed information about any repository, like the description, name, keywords, and the languages used in that. And then it classifies into, does this repository belong to ML? Does this belong to data engineering, web development? These are the things that I do in my free time, so that's why all these 4 things. But if you want to see a bigger dashboard, you can see the bigger dashboard is here. So in this dashboard, there are a lot of other categories. It shows the how many stars are there. This is one of the repositories that has really high number of stars. It should be around something very huge number. It's not displaying it right now. Okay, and the corner one, you can see Python notebook has the most number of stars. It's up to like 0.4 million. Okay, I think bronze to silver is ready. Semantic model is running. It should not take much time. Please ask questions. Feel free to ask.
So, what's your thought process? Are you processing the data with an AI, or are you using a Python code to run the process the data? Using AI
So I'm using both. I'm using Spark notebooks to do the reading and writing, and in between I have to add few columns like the technology, the subcategory, like does this data engineering repository belongs to databases, like something related to databases, or is it about ETL, or is it, yeah.
You're extracting the features with the model.
Yes, I'm using that. Yes, I'm sending a batch, like I'm batching few repositories. It takes batch of 10 to 15, depends on the size of data. number of tokens it gets, and then goes to the model. The model classifies it, and I add that back to the table, which goes into silver semantic. I think it should be done by now. Perfect.
So walk
Yeah.
us through really quickly, I mean, in terms of how you're using Fabric in this case, are you effectively you're using large language model to enrich an existing ETL system?
Yes.
In this case? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Let's refresh it. Let's see if you guys are really like my code or not.
Can you zoom in?
Oh, sure.
Can you explain how the classification is done?
The classification?
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes the repository name, description, keywords assigned to the repository, and if there is like languages used in the repository, and it takes all that data and give it entirely to the LLM.
To the meaning, to follow meaning?
Yes, yes, to get the category, like which category does this repository belongs to? Is it machine learning? Is it AI? Because AI also has subcategories, like AI, inside AI there is like generative AI or agentic AI. Is it related to MCP servers? Something like that. So that's what LLM classifies. Because if I do it like manually using code or something, it will never end. I'll just keep going. It will never end.